And here we sit, Lemar Anderson, live. Well, everything else live. Okay, so welcome. I haven't done a live for on my channel. I usually do it on my Lemar Anderson film channels, but I can't upload live at the moment. It's not letting me do live. I was gonna do it on that channel with all my talking and speaking and not music related stuff is on, you know. But it wouldn't. It took too long to load. It never. The camera wasn't working and everything. So I decided to use my cam. It's a lot complicated story, but if you know, you know. So I decided to use my camera for my on my I decided to use my singing channel and do it just like I did the funny "Baby You're Wrong," and I sang a few songs too anyway. Because I'm sure in the two live that I've done, Michael Jackson, Leaving Neverland, and Mute R. Kelly, I didn't sing. I don't think I sang, but this one I'm gonna sing. Oh, don't you worry about that. There's a song. Oh, there is a song in my heart today. Something I never had. Oh, Jesus is taking my sins away. Oh, say, but I'm glad. Yeah. Right. That's not the song I was going to sing. I'm going to sing at the end. Anyway, so now we're going to talk about something that was on something that was on everyone's mind for a long time. And I'm going to reveal everything you need to know. Every single thing you need to know. Get my glasses off. So I look good. I look good when I cry. Take a picture. Everything you need to know that was on your mind about the search for Kieran, making it I hear voices, and my infamous weight gain. All you need to know about my life story and why it stopped, why and everything you need to know. So I'm going to start without spoiling it. Let's just get straight into it. The questions are here. You know, I'm going to answer it. Forgive me if I do this because I don't have my glasses and there's actually real glasses. I need it. I can see, but I can't. You know, it's hard. So, let's start with what gave me the idea to do the search party for Kieran. Right. So that's a good question. Um, I always wanted to act. I always wanted to be a child actor, and it's really hard to get roles. Forgive me, I just sorry, it's just pasta. It's really hard to get roles, and if you do get roles, it's hard to get starring roles that you want. Like in America, it's hard to get Disney Channel roles starring, and in the UK where I'm from, you get roles mainly in the soap opera. That's the roles you get. So, like, and you play serious drama. You don't really get comedy and stuff. It's very rare. And if you do, and you know, someone I look up to, I'm not gonna say their names because they don't deserve a shout out. For y'all to go on their page and look up to them too when they're not even a nice person anymore. Anyway, long story, we'll get into that, but we work together, we've spoken and whatnot. We'll get into all of that. Just slow down, wait a minute. Anyway, he said he said that, you know, the casting type is always gangster. It's not really comedy, or it's always like, oh, in the UK it's always like typical troublemaker, hood, street, gangster. That's what they look at black people. So that's I always wanted to act, and um, I wrote the show for EastEnders. They was in a spin-off called E20 at that time, and I wrote Kieran Londa. I made a character, and then when it never happened, when this I think I said this before, when it actually never happened, I built a character like a family, and I decided to make it. When the E20 finished, I made a character family and decided to make it a spin-off. How it came about, I had a camera of a gift from my school on Christmas, and I just decided to film with that camera. That's how the show came about. I just decided to buy wigs, costume, and make. Because I just love acting. Is either that or make YouTube singing videos. And at that time, I wasn't confident in my singing. I only became confident about. We were in 2023, so let's say 5 years ago, when my singing channel started. I was looking and it said it started in 5 years ago. So that was 3, 2, 1, 20, 1918. 2018 is when I first, or 19, no, 18 is when I first released my song on my YouTube singing channel called Sandcastle. And it was a cover of Beyonce. And I was inspired by Jermaine Douglas's version. It, he's an incredible singer. Anyway, we're going off the topic. And so, what made me interested in this to do the search of Kieran? Simply because I wanted to be an actor, and I wanted my own show, and it was hard to get into acting. So I hope that it was really hard to get into acting. So how was the cast? Wouldn't you like to know? Here's the juicy bit. So we had Liam. Actually, let's not say names. Let's give people the respect like that. But since we mentioned Leah, who played Nana Patsy, let's just say she's an angel in real life. She was so supportive, so kind, and so friendly. So you have the main cast, who you see regularly. They were supportive, nice. You had Charlene, who played Auntie Beverly, very supportive, very talented. If I just started the show now, I would have made her Auntie Gloria, because that's how much she starred in the show and how talented she was, and how she could act Auntie Gloria, because she knows how to be like a typical angry black woman, basically. And that's what Auntie Gloria was. The foundation of Auntie Gloria was being a typical angry black woman. So, I'm gonna sneeze in a bit. Julian, who played Lemar, he was supportive. Um, the cast, from I Hear Voices to the Search for Kieran, they always were wonderful. Okay, we had the odd argument with no names, but some cast that was difficult on set, making problems for people. My other cast members and stuff, but what show doesn't have the odd drama behind the scenes? But yeah, apart from that, everyone was really good, really, really good. What went wrong in the search for Kieran? Well, let's just start with what went right. Well, actually, let's do what went wrong. Um, I was listening to people. I was listening to people saying, "Do this, do that," you know, film like this, film like that, show this, show that, and I wasn't doing it for myself anymore. There was a time when Auntie Gloria wasn't in it, and I wasn't in it because they said don't be in it. They said make it just about your cars, and I can see how the show ratings and the show was failing because they needed the comedy of Gloria and me in it, not bigging myself up or tooting myself my own horn. I made an impact on the show. I was starring the show for a reason because of my talent, my comedy, and playing Auntie Gloria and all the characters that I played and everything. So that's why it was needing that. Oh, the song's gonna be good. Just thinking about it now. Why didn't the cause of I Hear Voice the Search for Cure enjoy I Hear Voices? Um, hmm, that's a good question. There was talks, and due to people's busy schedule, so that was one of the reasons. People's busy schedule, or different change of lifestyle, or I was told one time by someone that I don't want to. I'm gonna get in trouble for this, but they didn't want to be part of the show because it was about a sidekick, and they're religious. They don't believe in sidekick and blah blah blah, blah for their religious reason. They don't do type reading and sidekick and stuff like that. So got a bit of controversy and stuff because Aunt Gloria was now sidekick. But that was just one particular person, no names, no name. We're not shaming no one. We're not talking about no one. But this is not a hate video. This is just an interview strictly about all you need to know about me filming I Hear Voices on the Search for Kieran. I can't wait to sing the song. It's a great song. It's a wonderful song. Why did I end the search for Kieran? Ah, this is, that goes under the question that's going to be asked future. Right, so I ended the search for Kieran. To be honest, we weren't really getting um going as peak and viral as I would like. We weren't really getting the support that I'm just gonna be honest. The support, but by a chunk. Let's be grateful for people that did support me and my move and my journey. But comparing to other people's success story and with and their journey and whatnot, we didn't get it. How many episodes was you going to do for your shows? But the search for Kieran I was going to do 100 episodes. I know there's not 100 episodes. Season 1, I think, got 25 episodes. Season 2's got another 15. No, season 1's got 15 episodes. Season 2's got 25 episodes. And I think, if I'm correct, 15, 16, 17, I'm not good at maths, so forgive me. 15, I'm going to turn the light on so you see. I don't like the lighting. Okay, so 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30 episodes from series 2. And then another 15 episodes. It's just me guessing. 30, 40, 30, 40, 45. Altogether, but we were supposed to do 100 episodes. And I remember speaking to the cast and telling them I'm going to do 100 episodes. And they was willing to stand by me and do the 100 episodes. I can't remember how many episodes I planned originally to do of I Hear Voice. I think we're just going to take it as it comes. We're just going to do series 1, 2, and 3. But yeah. Did you get support when you filmed the Search for Kieran? I answered that question, not really. What was your favorite episode? Favorite episode too? Oh, I love the Search for Kieran. I actually watch it more than I watch I Hear Voices on the other of my projects. I listen to my music more, but when I want to watch something that I've acted in, I revert to the Search for Kieran. My favorite episode will be episode 12, and that was also answering the next question: what was my favorite episode of film? All of them was fun filming, to be honest. Series 2 was more fun to film because we got out of the house with a cast, interacted with a cast. By the time we did series 3, we was used to everyone, and I was getting bored of everyone, to be honest, sick of the sight of them. I'm joking. It was just like, you know, what new stuff can we do? Why did you gain weight? Ooh. Now here's the question. So I filmed the search for Kieran, and let me just find myself for this one. I'm gonna need it. So I filmed the search for Kieran. Can you see me? Can you really see me? Can you see me? Cause I'm right here. Can you listen? Yeah. Cause I'm trying to get you to know what you mean to me. To be like somebody waiting on it in nowhere. Trying so hard to get out there. And I say, oh, we're gonna let it go. Mm-hmm. We're gonna just let go of everything, holding back our dreams and try to make it come alive. So we can just let go of everything we were meant to be. somebody. Ooh, somewhere, somewhere, somebody. Sorry, I'm just me. I break out in song. I'm a musical baby, and you should know it, and you should know it, and you should know it. Anyway, we're getting off topic. Why I gained weight? So we ended the search for Kieran because while I was filming the search for Kieran, I was getting a lot of hate by people in my college, in my church, family. There was people saying they didn't want me to do the show because they were saying it might expose them. I've talked about that before, or 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 it's rubbish, or why am I doing it? I just is it a college project or something? Anyway, and then I talk about my past, and if you don't know briefly about it, I'm not going over it right now. In time, I will again, and in my songs, I will. But right now, I'm not going to for the time. Um, but if you want to know some bits about the abuse I had from my father, um, is in my Baby You're Wrong interview, available to stream now. Anyway, so I never wanted to talk about this yet. The reason why I gained weight, I got sectioned on the Mental Health Act in 2015 or 16, something like that, or even 17. So around about them time, in my opinion, they didn't know how to treat me or what I had. In my opinion, they let's put this down because it's getting serious now. So I was having a breakdown, and I remember there was a time I ran away from home, and I heard a voice say, "Go home, go." I was living with my grandma at this time, and I was not happy. I was having a trouble relationship, as you know. I had drama in my family. If you watch the Baby You Wrong interview, that's just half of the. That's not even half of the drama we grew up with. But I ran away from home, came back, and then I remember um I was I was trying to make a change in my life in this particular. I remember the day I got section. So I was writing a diary of a book about on my mashup computer that my dad sold me because he thinks that everything I touch I break. So he didn't want to send me anything good because everything I touch I break. He didn't want to give me anything good, so he would give me rubbish. He wouldn't invest in my clothes so that or shoes. So people used to call me Tramp growing up. Chalk Hill Tramp is where I lived in Chalk Hill. So growing up, and and he never give me good phones because everything I touch I break. He never give me good computers because everything I touch I break. He just didn't want to invest in me or anything really good. It was what the he was. This is my story, and I'm allowed to tell it. And he's gonna get upset if he sees this, but we all got a side. Everyone's got a side. Anyway, so I remember I was writing a story, and I remember trying to figure out why he behaved the way he behaved and everything, and just coming to my own conclusion. Why I had a messy room, and um, I always had a messy room, and I like really messy. I was a messy person, and um, I think all boys are, most boys are, to be honest. Anyway, um, so I was tidying my room, and then I was doing everything so neat, and I never perfect, prim and perfect, and I never would have, well, I never will be that way again because I can't be bothered, and I just not got that spirit. Anyway, the neighbour was complaining about my music. My dad will listen to music on the amp very loud, so I kind of adapted that because he didn't like listening to music in headphones because you don't hear the goodness or everything or something like that. So I like to play it loud like a concert. So I picked it up, which is not true. You don't have to have it on an amp just to hear it. But he did it living with us at home. But when he did move back to his mum's house with me, he wouldn't behave like that. So it would seem like I'm the young children really listen to music loud, and he's an adult, calm, peaceful angel, didn't do nothing wrong. Why did my mom put up with him? Because he's an angel, he's a saint. You know, must be my mom or me. Anyway, so um, I had the music loud. The neighbor said, "Shut up! I'm trying to sleep. I got work in the morning." They came to the house, said she turned it down. My grandma was like, turn it down." And I was like, "Oh no, it's okay. I wasn't cool enough." And then I got told I wanted to. I had hay fever or something. Yeah, it was hay fever. My eyes was irritating me, and a voice told me to put air freshener in my eyes, to clean my eyes with air freshener. Obviously, that voice wasn't God. Um, but we God and the devil are real, and they both talk. So, I mean, for example, I had a fever, and I was like just the other day, and the voice told me to put aloe vera in my eyes to clean my eyes out with the aloe vera, aloe vera, the whatever the infection, whatever antibiotics is in the aloe vera will clean my eyes out. And I read the label and it said don't use on no contact on the eyes, whatever. So then I didn't. But this time I did. I went blind with the air freshener, and I went blind. I went blind. I I was happy. My eyes was actually better. Well, felt better. It didn't feel like it was hurting. I remember I wasn't eating that much because my aunt, grandma was saying I eat like a horse. I drink like a horse. I eat too much and whatnot. So I was not eating, and I was only having little bites, and that will fill me up for a long time. I was slim. You saw me in the search bar for Kieran, so that's how I was. And I remember I went down. I said to my granddad and my grandmother was in the room, in the front room, and I said to them, I listened to the story. I said to them, "Do you want to see a miracle?" Because I was like, I thought I was healed from hay fever, and I said, my granddad said, "Yes, he does." And then I said, first, first I was telling them to love themselves. We was talking, and I said, love themselves. And I showed my grandma a mirror. She was telling me to love myself, look in the mirror and say, you're beautiful and whatnot. Because obviously I didn't love myself back then. Love myself now. Look how good looking I am. I don't care what anybody says I'm good looking. I will not live under the one's belly button. Anyway, so back to the story. So I had a mirror and I showed my nan, and she was like huffing and puffing because she didn't want to be there, but she didn't want to get up. Now, we were sitting down. The front, the doors here, the sofa's here, TV's here, and my granddad's here, and the door's here. My granddad got a stroke, so he can't move, so he's here. We're here. Me and my grandma are here. If she wanted to, she could get up and leave. She's saying I kept her hostage, but now she's trying to say she did. Like I didn't keep her hostage. She never say that, but she already told them I kept her hostage because every time I go to hospital, they bring it up and say, well, "You kept your land hospital hostage. You kept your grandma hostage." And I'm like, why do you keep bringing that up? For like, firstly, that's not true. Secondly, every time I go to hospital, you have to bring up something from my past. Like that's the only that's like it's like Chris Brown and the Rihanna incident. You can't get over it. Like every minute you move on, you do something else, and you go back to hospital, they bring it up. Oh, you kept your nan hostage. You kept your nan hostage. You kept nan hostage. I'm like, no, move on. I didn't. Stop bringing it up. Like say is the like you know what I'm trying to say? Like it's like like it's fresh. Anyway, so I did not keep her hostage. She wanted to get up and leave. She couldn't get up and leave, and I would have done nothing. I'd have just probably said something like, I don't know. But she could have left. Anyway, so she didn't want to look. I said, I remember saying, I sense negativity on that direction. And I wasn't saying I hear. I was saying I sense because I was just going from my body language. No one told me. And I said, "Do you want to see a miracle?" I said, I'll spray the thing in my eye, and I sprayed it. My granddad said, "Yeah, he wants to see it," and I did. And they said, "Oh wow." Well, they never say wow, but they, no one said anything. Went up, left now. Went in my room. Went to go and talk to my dad. With my dad and my mom. Couldn't be bothered, so I came back in the house. Went back in my room. Fell asleep when I was supposed to be tidying out on the floor. And then when I woke up, I hear behind the door, "Oh, he's here, blah, 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 blah. Don't disturb him or whatever." Then my grandma's there saying, they're saying the ambulance came and to section me. And they said, my grandma was like, I've never spoken about this in detail like this before. This is my first time letting it all out. So my grandma was just like, um, oh, um, I'm gonna hate her. I'm gonna hate her. She's crying, saying, "I'm gonna hate her. I'm gonna hate her," and she's sorry, and she's sorry, and I'm just like, it's okay if you love Jesus, just call on. I don't know what's going on. I'm just so religious at this point. I'm just like, just call on Jesus because I was so religious. I am religious, but I was so. When you're going through it, most times if you watch I Hear Voices, you get really, really religious or demonic. Like there's loads of spiritual people, either witches or religious people or demonic people in hospital, or or it's, anyway, not just, but majority of the time. We'll get into that later. So I was really religious, and I was just like, just call on Jesus. It's okay. It's okay. And they said, you want to be like Jesus? No, they said, you think you're Jesus? I said, yeah. And then they injected me like that, just stabbed the injection, made my hand numb, and also they inject something in me. And it's just like, when I said I want to be like Jesus, the Bible says we can be like Jesus. Jesus is letting us be like him. He's given us his spirit, and we can perform miracles like him. We can move mountains like Jesus. All my life, I want to be like Jesus. I want to talk like Jesus. I want to walk like Jesus. I want to be more like Jesus. I want to be closer to Jesus. They didn't receive that. They said he wants to be like Jesus. He must be ill because there's another person claiming to be Jesus. So, and and then so I remember, so I went to the hospital, waiting to be went to hospital. I'm not gonna say what hospital because then you know where I live and you can stalk me, and I don't want that. So I went to hospital, waited to go to the section hospital, the institution mental hospital, where I was in the A&E hospital where you go first, and or sometimes. And I remember I left because I said I wanted to go toilet. I knew something was up because I knew something was up because um they didn't want me to leave. And when I left, it was late and they had the ambulance and the police car chasing, like zooming past to try and find me. I took off my jacket. It was a really good jacket I like, but I won't be able to fit into it now anyway. So, oh well, I lost loads of stuff anyway, but we'll talk about that later. Um, I took it, I threw it away. I threw it in the bushes, and I walked normally, so they can't say, oh, Lamar's wearing a black jacket. These descriptions, because they'll look for someone wearing a black jacket, and they can't find. I'm not wearing a black jacket. I'm wearing blue, for example. I can't remember what I was wearing underneath, and so they can't say they can't they won't be able to find me because I'm not fitting the description of what they're looking for. So they passed me. I remember hiding in the bushes at night time, and they had the torch, and they were searching through with their torch through the bushes, but they couldn't find me because I was still. I was like, it was like watching. It was like going camping and or being a jungle man. It was crazy. And then I came home back to my grandma's house. She was like, "Oh, she's scared. She's scared." I said, "Why are you scared? Call on Jesus if you're scared. Call on Jesus." I just needed my Oyster card. I don't know what I was doing, but she had my Oyster card. She had everything. And then and then I went. Uh, she called the ambulance, the police, and then I ran away. I went to my friend's house, and God bless her, and she waved me, well, allowed me to have a bath. Called my mom, gave me money to go on the train. Went back to my mom, and then my mom. So my mom wanted to. She was like, by this time I hadn't spoken to my mom maybe in years, but my mom's a forgiving, loving person, so she forgives me because she's a practicing Christian. So she loves me. So even if she don't talk to me like I hurt her, she'll be hurt, but then I'm her child, so she loves me more than more than like a lot. So she knows that she'll forgive me, and we move on. We build a strong relationship. That's why we were in a band. We were recording like in TGR. We release songs every now and then. Anyway, that's off the topic. My mom didn't know what to do. My dad was saying calling my mom. My mom was talking to my dad. So don't talk to my dad. He tells you. I said, don't talk to my dad. He tells me to ignore you when you call me because um he tells me to. I don't like the fact that the lighting's terrible. He tells me to ignore you when 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 you call. I don't have to listen to you. So you don't have to listen to him. And then and then it's not as bad as the lighting in our hear voices when it was dark. That episode it was my most angriest episode when I filmed. One episode, the light was so dark and it was on the Gloria. I want to redo it, but I lost the videos of Doctor December's scene, and I just got able to re-edit it and relearn the lines. It was improvisation. It was improv. The sense of mostly scripted, sometimes directed, but the sense of Vicky and I voices is improvisation. That's why you have to do that in acting improvisation. Anyway, back to the story. So my mom answered the phone, and my dad said to take me to the hospital. I must go to the hospital, and I said, and then my mom called the ambulance. They took me to the hospital, and bada bing, bada bong, I got a section, and um, the medication that I'm on made me gain weight, and that's how I gained weight. That's the story of me getting section that I didn't share with anyone before. Thank you for listening. What? How was the reaction when you brought back the search for security in our hear voices? Positive actually. Very positive. People wanted it back. When I was in hospital, everywhere I go, when people saw the show or found out about the show, they said, bring it back, do the show again, blah, blah, blah. So when I did it, right, they were supportive. I wanted my views. It's been a long time. It was like 10 years since I had done the search for Kira. So I wanted them all to come back. I don't know if everyone still watches it, but because it wouldn't tell you who still watches your show, the people from the last time. So I don't know if I got a new fan base or the old fan base that used to watch it, like my school friends and my family and my fans that used to watch it back in the days. If they're tuning in, still be like, oh, what's Lemar up to? Okay, let's see his new videos. Even though I wasn't doing anything, still tuning in to Search for Kieran just for the entertainment. And then now they see that I'm doing something new. They're notified. They're watching the new stuff that I'm doing, or if it's total new people watching, I don't know who's watching to be honest. But it was nice. How did you get the guest star on both of your show? Okay, I paid them. The actors, I paid them. What was the beef in the show with the cars? Um, there was a few drama. Mm. There was a few drama. There was drama. Um, mm, there was drama. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to like fall out with people. And really, let's not talk about it. There's just things that we will never know because I won't disclose. I was just saying, some people were supportive. Some people didn't want me on their show to do a collaboration. Some people didn't want to be in my show. Some people wanted to leave my show every minute. Some people wanted to dictate to me how to run my show, and 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 how to be, because I was young. They kind of took advantage of, like, they took advantage of the fact that I was young. So it was like they didn't really. I don't think they respected me. I can't remember how old I was. Probably 17. Do the math. I'm 27 now. The show was in 2012. 2023. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 11 years ago. 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 23, 21, 20, 19, 18, 19, 16. Yeah, I was 16. Well, 16, 17 when I did the show. Um, so they didn't really respect me. There was one incident, not names, but when a cast member, brought a family, and I was like, a friend, and I said, no friends allowed. And the friend wasn't going to act or help. But only if you're acting or helping, you have to wait at McDonald's or something because you're not allowed. And it just turned into drama. And I was like, really, if you was on a set, you're not allowed to bring. If you was a minor, then you bring your family. But if you're not a minor, if you don't have a pass, you're not allowed to just bring anyone willy nilly in the show. And also, people didn't like it when they weren't filming and they had to just wait around for the scene. I'm like, well, in reality, you don't always get a chance to be on screen. Sometimes you have to wait around for the next for 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 your seat for and learn your lines and just wait around and wait till it's your time to be on the camera. So there was that issue, but apart from that, there was good times, good memories. Um, funny times in the blooper reels and stuff like that, where we've got the blooper short film and stuff. So yeah, I want to change it for the world. There's some editing issues and camera angles and filming and lighting that I would change, but apart from that, I wouldn't change it. Did you get on with all the cars in your show? You don't get on with everyone in life. Who do you, who do you keep in contact with still? Well, if I wanted to, I could keep in contact with Charlene, who plays uh, Auntie Beverly. She's teaching. I'm talking to her in a while. Liam and time we playing Nana Patsy. I haven't spoken to her in a while, but we was gonna film with Jordan, with Julian, who plays Lemar. He was gonna play Jordan, and I was gonna play Lemar. And we're gonna film another scene, another series of I hear voices with Nana Patsy's in it and Jordan's in it. Not Jaden playing Jordan, Julian playing Jordan, and me playing Tamar again. And will that never go to plan? But I spoke to Jordan recently. He was telling me we need to support each other and our stuff that we're doing with brothers. So yeah. So we talk about why the search for Kieran ended, didn't we? Because I went to hospital. Well, why did the search for Kieran end? Because I went to hospital. Simple. While we would have still been filming it. And then the fact that when I came out of hospital, I didn't want to continue filming because I put on weight. I didn't want to be in the front of the camera. I felt ugly. People saying I let myself go. And um, I just didn't get a good response. Friends would unfriend me on Facebook and Twitter because of how I looked. Maybe I looked scary to them. They wasn't being so big. And when I was slim, not like they fancied me when I was slim anyway. No one dated me when I was slim in school anyway. And um, so I didn't want to film it. And then when we brought back Search for Kieran and I Hear Voices, I didn't want to just continue the show, which like Carly did, because I've never seen her do that, which she did now. But so that's why I did a spin off. But yeah, where did I Hear Voices end? It was just his time. It was his time. We could have done one more series, but it would have been a really good one too. We were planning to do one on a green screen with. Anyway, I don't want to spoil it because we want to do it again. But it would have been really good. I had people wanting to invest in that show. Will you do another spin off? Nah. The Auntie Gloria wigs and jacket, put it down now. If I do another show, or acting show, it will have nothing to do with the Search for Kieran or I Hear Voices. So it'll be totally different. What are you doing now? I'm doing Lamb's Kitchen. Currently finished wrapping series one. Singing on YouTube, this channel that you're watching me on. Always posting singing video when I get inspired. Gonna sing in a minute. How did it feel when you gained weight? That's a good question. Um, like I said, I felt insecure, ugly, ugly, hating myself. Didn't want to look in the mirror. I was just, and then the thing is, they say you're good looking when you're slim. Like slim people are good looking, and they make out like when you're big, you're not good looking. And well, some people. And the thing is, I was like, I want to see what I look like slim because I'm like, I've grown to be a very attractive man, and I want to see what I look like as a slim person. If I'm going to be an attractive slim person, even more attractive when I'm slim. But you know what? If it's God's will, it's God's will in time anyway. What was hospital like? So I got sectioned 5 or 6 times. Um, each time was different. I just sang my way through. It was boring. There was nothing really to do. Um, no, they controlled your TV. Um, they control. They you know they tell you when to eat, when to take your medication. Like going to prison. You're you, you got your room. Um, it's just really boring. Sometimes the staff are quite mean. Some of them are nice. Some of them are mean. A lot of them are mean, treat you badly secretly they because they expect you to treat them badly, maybe because you're unwell, but they get in there before you. When I'm unwell, the thing is, I lost a lot of things, clothes, props. I destroyed my house a few times, threw out some stuff a few times, stuff like tables, radios, good stuff. So when I'm unwell, I I remember thinking that there's going to be a flood and that my house is a boat and I must steer the boat like like Moses, like Noah in the ark, and I'm Noah. You get me? Like unrealistic, like like in EastEnders when Stacey, if you watch EastEnders, and Stacey had a post-Martin episode of a bipolar when she had gave birth to Arthur, and then she went a bit crazy. That's kind of me. Um, you believe things that are not true, like. And then there was a time when I believe that when he's with my mom and she's alive, or Christina's alive, they're coming to get me. Not in a bad way, but coming to get me so I can join them in the secret way where they're living. And there's a time when um there's a few times. I can't remember all of them to be honest. But yeah, I've been touching about 6 times. I wouldn't recommend it on no one to be mentally ill. It's deep. And the last question, who would I wanted to work with in the Search for Kieran or I Hear Voices? I love that question. Obviously, Trey Melvin. When I saw Watermelon Drea for the first time back in about 5 years ago, not 5 years ago, 2012 or something like that. Anyway, the first time I saw it, before the Search for Kieran, someone posted it. This is a commentary. That inspired me, and everyone was doing stuff like you had McLean Ocon, you had A Online, you had. I did a video of all of them, and whatnot, but it wasn't a collaboration. I wanted it to be a collaboration, but it wasn't. It was just me catching different scenes from their videos and making it into a montage, advert, promo, whatever. So I would have worked with Trey Melvin, Leon, obviously. I worked with Ava Simone and I'm grateful for that. But she would have been longer if it had my way. A longer scene. And it would have been more in person than a video. I'm not spoiling it. Who else would I have worked with? I've worked with a lot of people who I wanted to work with. So, I mean, I just Trey Melvin, really. Anyone who wanted to work with me, I'm still up for working with. Well, not anymore because I'm not doing the show anymore. I refuse unless you pay me. Unless you pay me. Now I'm gonna sing. Let's just shake off the seriousness. I'm gonna sing a quick song. And this song is on my heart. When I heard it, I loved it. By my favorite singer, I heard her sing it in Houston, but it's not her song. But it's a beautiful song and it's simple. I'm just thinking about how I'm gonna sing it. Um, okay. So when I sing, I follow directions. That's a good thing of being schizophrenic. It's like no one else. You get voices in your head and you just follow them. So I'm just listening to how they tend to sing. Sorry, it can take a time. Give me a second. I just have to shake out the intensity of the 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 intense. I should sang first because I'm feeling a bit tense. It's a really intense video. Okay. Sweet, I know. Oh, she's sweet, I know. But I'm songs I will write. Strong wind will blow high. I tell the world, oh yeah, I tell the world, wherever I go, I found a Savior, and He's sweet. I know she's sweet. I know He's sweet. I know storm cloud will rise. Strong wind will blow out. I tell the world, oh Lord, wherever I go. Oh no, I found a Savior, and He sweet. I hear. Oh, thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, share, and subscribe to both my channels, Lemar Anderson Films and Lemar Anderson Sings. I'm gonna start my middle finger up. This channel, my other channel, for more content. My next project, obviously, like I said, is Lem's Kitchen on Lemar Anderson films. Hopefully, we're renewed for another episode. We'll see what's happening. We don't know. Another series we don't know yet. Maybe we'll see. But yeah, this channel's always got songs. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe. God bless you. God keep you, and bless others as well as you go on your journey. Take care. Bye for now. I tell the world, John will rise. I tell the world, oh, wherever I go, that I found a Savior. He's sweet, I know. I found a Savior. Yay! He's, he's, he's